So this is going to be a series of videos of how I got diagnosed with idiopathic intracranial hypertension. So December 2016, I went in for my annual eye exam visit. Upon looking at my scans and my eyes, the doctor saw that I had, that I had swelling on my optic nerve. She suggested that I go to the hospital because she wasn't sure if it was IIH or if it was a brain tumor. So we went to the hospital where they did a series of tests. They did MRI, CT scans, all of those type of things, and determined that I did not have a brain tumor. They referred me out to a neurologist who I saw, I think, a month later, but I'm not 100% sure. When I saw her, she didn't really do much for me. She said, yeah, you have this, but it's nothing. And she gave me tablet form of Diamox and didn't really do much for me, to be honest. So I only saw her about 2 times. Then I stopped going because it was a waste of money when she didn't really do anything for me. And skipping to November 2017. So in November 2017, when I was 23, I just turned 23, I believe. I'm not doing math right now, sorry, I can't think. But anyways, I had a car accident. I T-boned someone when turning. It was nighttime, and me and my family do believe that my vision was compromised. So yeah. But in December 2017, I had another eye exam, which this time they showed swelling on both my optic nerves. So the doctor, he referred me to a neuro-ophthalmologist. And this ophthalmologist, I saw him the end of December, and by the middle of January, he had done MRI, CT scans. He did a field vision test, scanned my eyes, and I also had a lumbar puncture done, which is where they stick a needle into your spine and it measures your spinal pressure. It is not the best experience. Yeah, after that they found out that I was borderline IIH, sort of. It was 25. Normal is between 15 and 20, I think. It depends on the person, honestly. But yeah, so he put me on, so he took me off the Diamox tablet, so my other doctor had put me on, and also the Topamax because it wasn't doing anything for me and it made me sick, and put me on just Diamox, their capsules, and I was on 4 pills a day, which was 4,000 milligrams, I believe. So I continued on that regimen for 8 months or so, and then August 2018, I was cleared. I was put in remission. I had no swelling in my eyes. My vision was almost near 100%. Oh yeah, also during this time, we were discussing a shunt to put into my head, but medicine worked, thankfully. And then we're skipping again, sorry. So yes. So if you didn't know, my dad had cancer, and we believe that put a lot of stress on me. And so after his funeral in March, the next month in April 2019, at a vision appointment, they said I had swelling on my octave nerves, but I ignored it. I didn't have money to see the doctor at the time and no insurance, so I didn't want to go. So in August 2019, the end of that month, I started having vision problems. I blamed it on I got sick, so I blamed it on that. But then I got better, but my vision was not getting better. So in September 2019, I went to the ER where they didn't know what my condition was because it is a rare disease, and referred me back to my ophthalmologist to see what was wrong. At this time, the reason I had gotten to the ER is because I was having, sorry if you can hear the wind, it's kind of windy right now. I was having severe headaches, blackout vision, my eyes were really sore, I had a stiff neck where I couldn't move my head from side to side at all or sleep. My ears were always ringing, and just in general I felt horrible. The real problem for me was the vision, because I used to work in a call center environment, so I needed to see my computer screens, which at sometimes the screen would, like, it was just like the screen would just go blank for me, but it was my vision. So September, I went back to see my ophthalmologist. We did tests, which she showed that a lot of my vision was blacked out. And then he sent me to get more testing done, the MRI, CT scans, all of that stuff. And he also sent me to get an lumbar puncture done, which that was in October 2019. When the results came back, it showed that my pressure on my brain was 46, which, if you remember, the last year it was at 25. So it had almost doubled, which wasn't good. So he put me back on the Diamox, much to my dismay. I hate that medicine with a burning passion. And then a month later, in November 2019, sorry, I'm like trying to rack my brain for all these facts with all this stuff. And also another thing is memory issues. So yeah, imbalance. So yes, November, my vision wasn't getting worse, it wasn't getting better. So he referred me to a neurosurgeon. I saw this neurosurgeon in December 2019, and he said that looking at my scans and my test, that I might be able to have a stent placed in my head. So we got the surgery scheduled for the beginning of January 2020. Unfortunately, my first surgical appointment, it had to be postponed because the equipment had broke, but we rescheduled it a week later for January the 7th, if I'm remembering correctly. It was beginning of January still. So he performed a procedure known as a phenogram, where he made a small incision in my neck here, and I don't know how he did it. I really don't. You can Google it if you want. But basically, he did a test to see if he could put a stent or more stents into my brain. Unfortunately, I did not qualify for that surgery because you have to have stenosis, I don't know. Basically, where your veins are clotted, like they do stents for heart things too. So I didn't qualify. So after that, when I was recovering, he said I could probably benefit from a shunt or weight loss surgery. I was a sobbing mess because I was so sick and tired of going through doctors and going through hoops at this point. But the next day I called my neuro-ophthalmologist, and he got me seen within, I think it was 3 days, because I had the surgery done on a Wednesday and I saw him the following Monday. Then he sent an emergency referral over to the neurosurgeon again for a VP shunt. That was a nightmare of epic proportions for me, because I was on the phone with the doctor's office for about a week straight to get an appointment. Also during this time I wasn't working because I had put in my leave of absence, and it was for a month, so yeah. But anyways, I finally got to see the neurosurgeon, and at first he's like, I don't really want to put that in your head, especially since you might be looking at weight loss surgery, because with the VP shunt, it is a device that runs from here down my head and tubing that goes here and into my stomach. And with weight loss surgery, they mess with your stomach, so he didn't want me to get, I don't know, he didn't really explain that much, but me and my mom said we wanted it done, that I was not getting better, and that I was rapidly losing my vision. At this point, I had tunnel point vision. I had completely stopped driving at this point and was relying on my sisters to take me places, or my mom, but my mom at this time, she was working as a teacher at her school district, and she's that only sort of teacher. She was an alternative teacher for first grade, so yeah, and she's the only one in the district. So yeah, but he finally relented and we got the surgery scheduled. At first he said he could do it the middle of February, but then the next day his surgery consult, I don't really know what they're called, said that he was gonna be gone that day, but he had an open appointment for February the 6th. And I was like, yes, I'll take it. So I went through the pre-op stuff, getting my blood drawn and all that fun stuff. And then the end of January, I decided to quit my job. I really, really, really love my job, but with my upcoming surgery, there could be risk for complications. And since I had just started working in July, I did not qualify for FMLA. So, and I've used up all my leave, so I just don't want to put myself in that kind of position. So yeah, so I had my surgery on February the 6th. Everything went really well. The only thing is, at that time, I had chin-length hair, curly hair, and my surgeon did not tell me before, and I didn't think to ask before, if he was going to shave my head. Which, during surgery, he did end up shaving my head. But he did shave this part of my head and left like a small patch of curls right here. And so when I got home the next day, I had my 18-year-old sister shave my head. So that's why I have this going on. So with the surgery, I had 4 areas of my body that had an incision. Of course, there was the 2 areas on my head. I had an incision right here and one right here, and the little device thing is right here. You can't see it with my hair, sorry. Then my neck right here and my chest right here, and then also a couple incisions on my stomach where they installed the tube. Recovery took about a month for me, and that's just because I am super, super stubborn and I don't listen to doctor's orders. but I did heal. I had a tiny little hiccup because I was really wanting to see the new My Hero Academia movie, which my mom finally relented and took me to on March the 1st. And when I was leaving the movie theaters, I tripped down 4 steps and I broke my ankle. So yeah, that was fun. Luckily I did not hit my head. Also, I can't hit my head because the device in my head, if I hit it, I will more than likely have complications and have to go through surgery again, which I'm not aiming to have brain surgery ever again because that really hurts. And also now, sorry, 7 months post-op, I cannot lay on my right side of my head. It physically hurts, so I can't do that. Also, with it being 7 months post-op, my vision has improved a lot. I still do get blurry vision. I don't have blackouts anymore, but I do have gray areas I can't see. Like towards the center of my eyes, it's blacked out. And I still don't drive, which kind of sucks being as I'm almost 26. And I am very independent, so it kind of sucks. But yeah, so I'm doing pretty good. My balance is still kind of affected, but I've always been a klutz. I don't have as much ringing at my ears. Oh, I forgot to tell you a side effect of my medicine. I apologize. So one side effect that still affects me today is that I get tingling body parts. The most tingling I get is in my hands and my feet. My hands aren't tingling right now, thank God, but it does make things a little more difficult. What else? Oh yeah, so I did go to a doctor, a bariatric surgeon, to discuss weight loss surgery, which I had on August the 20th. I had the gastric sleeve done, but that's a different story because they do believe that weight loss can help my condition, but they're not sure. It's a rare disease. They don't know why it happens. And honestly, if it was weight related, in my opinion, then everyone who was overweight would have this condition, but you don't see it you don't see it in everyone. So I just think they're talking out their ass. I think that's it. So I've been doing it for almost 4 years now. It sucks. And it also sucked I had to go through 2 surgeries for treatment. So I do also take the Diamox. I take 2 tablets a day. I hate them. I don't like swallowing pills. So yeah. I see my doctor every 3 months to check up on my vision. I just had my checkup on the 31st. And everything looks okay. I'm just hoping that soon I will be able to drive. That's my goal. So yeah, that's basically my story with IIH. I probably did forget some things because memory and my cognitive function is not the best. Oh, funny story. So one thing about my cognitive function, so I talked about to my mom and sister earlier this year and said, I really am looking forward to be able to drive, hopefully soon. But I forgot how to drive. I forgot for a solid 10 to 15 minutes how to drive. And also I forget the names of common objects or whatever, unless I write it down. And if I can't find the word, I will go around trying to figure out that word. So yeah, but do I remember how to drive? I kind of got the gas and brake pedals mixed up, so yeah. But anyways, this video ran on for so long. So it's gonna be a lot of videos. I hate that. But thank you for listening. And I guess I'll talk about my other surgery more in depth too. So